In Ankle Mobility 1.0, we moved our knee ahead of the foot, outside the foot, ahead of the foot, inside the foot. We're going to utilize that same strategy in this exercise. You can start by holding on to something, bringing your knee all the way forward until you feel like your heel wants to come off the ground. We're going to bring our knee ahead of the foot, inside the foot, ahead of the foot, outside the foot. Each time planting our feet into the ground, clawing the ground with our feet as much as you can, with all of our emphasis on the ankle joint. Bring your knee ahead of your foot, outside of your foot, ahead of your foot, inside your foot. Stay on that rhythm. Outside, ahead, inside, with all of your emphasis being on the ankle. Concentrate on clawing the ground with your foot, your toes, grabbing onto the ground and feeling the muscles in the back of your Achilles tendon getting longer without putting excessive stress on it, just to the point where it wants to stop and then come on out. And we're moving through these 3 planes of motion: outside the foot, ahead of the foot, inside the foot. Excellent pace. Let's switch feet. Same thing. Bring your knee ahead, inside, ahead, and outside, without your heel coming off the ground. Clawing my foot into the ground, clawing my toes, gripping the earth with my foot as much as I can. All of my psychic energy is in my ankle, feeling that motion. Outside the toe, ahead of the toe, inside the toe. Ahead, outside, ahead, inside. Perfect, perfect pace. Last few. Ahead, outside, ahead. Place your foot on the pad. I like this AirX pad, but any pad will do. A cushion, a pillow, something of a firm, soft surface that allows you to dig your toe into it a little bit. And we're going to start at the big toe, gently trying to open that angle at the ankle, rolling each down onto each toe towards the pinky toe, each time trying to gently open that angle at the ankle. Place the left foot on the pad. We're going to gently start to open the angle at that ankle. Start at the big toe and gently start to rock forward, opening that angle up. Don't want to force anything. We're not trying to hold any position for any kind of time. We're just very gently rocking the toe back and forward to open that angle up nice and gently all the way down towards the pinky toe, and then nice and gently rocking it back up towards the big toe, opening that ankle. Excellent. Switch feet. Put the other foot on, starting at the big toe, nice and gentle, opening that angle all the way down to the pinky. And start to rock it back, same thing, back towards the big toe, opening that angle, gentle. Again, we're not trying to force any position here. We're not trying to hold the ankle in any kind of extended position. We're just very gently, little tiny bubbles, just trying to open that angle up. Very little, tiny little gyrations, little bubbles. Excellent. Great pace. Start on your left foot. As you can see by the insert here, we're trying to turn that tibia all the way medially on that foot. The foot stays planted on the ground and we're rotating into that end point medially on the ankle. Think about turning that bone medially You can see my knee. You're going to feel pressure at the knee and the ankle, just gently touching that end barrier. Same thing on the right. We're going to turn that tibia into medial rotation. Foot anchored on the floor, toes, all the foot is connected to the floor, and we're just turning that tibia. Now we're going to turn it the other way. On the left side, we're going to turn that tibia laterally or away from your body. Foot stays planted on the ground, tibia rotates laterally, finding that end point very gently. Don't push through it, just all the way up to the end point and come on out. And on the right, same thing, lateral rotation, turning that right foot out, rotating that tibia on the ankle, finding that end point. Excellent pace. So let's start on the left foot, placing all of the foot on the ground, kind of gripping the ground with your foot, and we're turning that tibia into medial rotation, finding that end point, little pause, and then come on out. Find that end point, a little pause, and come on out. We're not holding the position, we're not driving through the barrier back there. We're just rotating that tibia on the foot into that barrier and stopping. Other side, on the right side, same thing. Medial rotation, turning that tibia. You may find a little bit of tension at your knee. That's your MCL that you're feeling right there when you medially rotate like that. And same thing, we're not worried about that barrier at all. We're just stopping when we get there. We're not driving past anything. We're just feeling our way to the end point and then coming on out. Medial rotation. Turning that foot in. Turning it in. Perfect pace. Excellent. Let's go to the left side. This time we're going to go laterally. We're going to laterally rotate that tibia on the foot. Turning that foot out. Turning that tibia out. Finding that end barrier and then coming on out of it. Not driving through it. Just going right up to the stop sign and stopping. Perfect. Turning it laterally. Turning it laterally. Excellent. Well done. Great pace. Stay with me. Turning it out. Turning it out. Turning it out. Beautiful. And last one on the right. And lateral rotation. Turning that tibia to the right. Turning the tibia to the right. Perfect. Find that end point and stop. Come on out of it. Drive to the end barrier and come on out. Perfect pace. Well done. Excellent job. Finish it up. Last few. Turn it out. Yes. Turn it out. Beautiful. One more. The setup for this is quite simple. You want an elevated box, the heaviest band you have, and place the foot on top of the box. You can easily set this up at home by simply putting your foot under a box of drinks like I have and pinning it underneath a bed of some sort or some other form of security, and then drawing the knee to the toe. Great job. These exercises are designed to improve dorsiflexion. They're pretty simple. We're going to place the band around our toe. We're going to draw our toe towards our knee in a variety of movements. Let's do it together. Place the heaviest band that you have above your toes and pin it underneath something. We have it pinned here underneath this bench. That will be sufficient. With the legs straight, we're going to draw the toe straight to the knee. Draw the toe straight to the knee, pausing it at the top. Pause the top. Perfect. Feeling that anterior tib. Switch feet. Same thing. Adjust the band so it stays firmly on the toes, leg stays straight, and we're drawing that toe towards our knee. Straight up towards the knee. Great control. Little pause at the end. Good control at the bottom. Little pause, little isometric at the top. Drive it up. Perfect pace. Excellent. Make sure you get the band unwrinkled. It'll make it more comfortable. Perfect. Leg is straight again. And this time we're going to go on a 45-degree angle, up and away. This is for a little tiny perineal in the front of your foot called peroneus tertius. We're going to point that toe up and away, 45 degrees, up and away. Little pause at the top, up and away. Perfect. Keeping the knee straight, drawing those toes up and away. Change feet, take the wrinkles out. Beautiful. Straight leg, 45 degrees, up and away. Little pause, up and away, up and away. Beautiful. Up and away, up and away. Little pause at the top. Good control. Excellent. Let's switch feet again. Take the wrinkles out. This time we're going to bend the knee. We're going to keep like a 90-degree angle at the knee. And same thing, we're going to draw the toe up. Draw the toe up. And you'll see that your knee will bend a little bit as well with the toe. That's fine. We're just trying to change the angle a little bit at the foot. Make the anterior tib do a little extra work. Draw it to the top, toe to the knee. Excellent. Same thing on the right foot. 90-degree angle at the knee. Perfect. Drive it up and drive it up. Pause the top. Drive it up. Knee to toe. Knee to toe. Perfect pace. Excellent. Stay with me. Draw it up. Perfect. Last one. Same thing. We're going to keep the knee bent at 90 degrees. And this time we're going to turn it up and away for that peroneus tertius. Turn it up and out. Pause the top. Up and out. Up and out. Perfect. Up and out. Little pause at the top. Up and out. Excellent. Excellent. Last one. Right side. 90 degrees at the knee. Draw it up and out. Up and out. Perfect. Up and out. Excellent. Keep that angle at the knee. Up and out. Draw it up. Finish strong. Last couple. One more. Draw it up. Find the edge of a box, place your left foot on it, maintaining the bent knee angle that you see here. I want you to try and do a calf raise. It's okay to place your hand on your knee, and you can see my opposite hand is placed on a bar for balance. Balance isn't the challenge here. What we're trying to get out of this is some plantar flexion, driving that foot into the box, but maintaining that knee angle. We don't want the leg to go straight. That'll bring more of your gastroc into the exercise. And this exercise is trying to get your soleus to work, which is a very small muscle that sits underneath your gastroc. But drive it to the top of that calf raise and come on down. Drive it to the top and pause and come on down. Perfect. Drive it to the top and come on down. Excellent. One more. Drive it to the top and come on down. Let's go to the other side. Same thing, right foot on the box. Maintaining that bent knee angle. You're going to drive it to the top and pause. Control it down. Drive it to the top and pause and come on down. Okay for your other foot to touch for balance. It's okay to have your hand on a bar for balance. We're trying to get that plantar flexion, driving that foot into the box, pausing it at the top and coming on down. Nice and controlled. Don't let it drop. You control every degree of range of motion. Pause the top, control to the bottom. Pause the top. For this exercise, a firm pad will be used. I prefer this AirX pad, but a pillow or a cushion from a couch will suffice. I think one of the best surfaces you can use is a bed. The bed allows for the softness of the foot to sink in, but forces the proprioception that we're looking for in terms of the balance. So we're going to place our left foot onto the pad to start with, keeping that knee slightly flexed. Without touching anything for balance, try to keep your foot off the ground and try not to touch anything with your hands. I want you to focus on clawing your foot into the pad. So we're trying to hold on to the pad just like a hand would. You're clawing your foot into that pad, maintaining contact the whole time. All those tiny little muscles that are surrounding the ankle are having to contract. That's what we're looking for, trying to get that proprioception back in those muscles, to get those muscles to be able to react quickly and shorten. Excellent. Stay in there. Stay in there. Let's switch feet. Other side. Same thing. Place your right foot on the pad. Take your hand away from the balance. Maintaining that balance. Stare at something on the floor if you're having trouble balancing. Perfect. Maintain it. Hold that balance. Get those little tiny muscles in that ankle working, making them respond as quick as possible. Stay in it. Stay in it. We're still there. Keep the knee bent. Maintain that balance. We're almost there. Stay in it. Excellent. Excellent job.